moment was being a labor delivery nurse, and then you end up doing dialysis, because they're completely opposite sides of the spectrum. It was easy for me because I was passionate about it. If you're a nurse watching this, you are one of those people, stop. It's not cute.
And it goes a little something like...
Hey guys, this is Zoe and welcome back to Zoe and Amaya. Today we're talking about my favorite class, and that is maternal newborn nursing. So that's pregnancy, labor, postpartum, and newborn care. Like, I was diehard, wanted to be a labor and delivery nurse, end up doing dialysis, and you're like, Zoe, how do you want to be a labor and delivery nurse and then you end up doing dialysis? Because they're completely opposite sides of the spectrum. Things just didn't work out for me here in South Carolina and what they offered for new grads. So I ended up doing rehab nursing for a little bit and for a year as a new grad, and then I moved and transitioned into dialysis nursing. So if you guys want a video on like how I chose my specialty and how I went from labor and delivery to dialysis, let me know, and I'll make a video after this term by term series is over on how I chose my nurse specialty and just like some tips and advice on what to look for, so that way you're not like stuck, like set on, I want to do this. How can I do it and take steps to make sure that I accomplish what I want to do, and does it work for your lifestyle and work-life balance? So I might make a video on that, but this is not what we're here for, so I'm not going to ramble about labor and delivery, even though I love it, like so passionate about it, to the point where when I have my kids, I want to give birth in a birthing center, not a hospital. So that's a whole other topic for another day. Before we get into today's video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Me and Amaya are on the road to 4,000 watch hours, so all of your views and watch time counts towards that, so we can get monetized on this channel. Share with your nursing friends or some of your friends who are thinking about doing healthcare or nursing school. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So in this class, you're learning fetal monitoring, stages of labor, postpartum complications, newborn assessments, reflexes. It's very detailed. It's a lot of information to take in. So if labor and delivery or childcare is not something that you're passionate about, this class can be very hard to retain and learn. It was easy for me because I was passionate about it. Like our Sims Lab simulation, we had to like birth the baby, and my teacher was like, who wants to birth this baby? And I took, the stand. I was like, I want to birth this baby, okay? Like, I volunteer as tribute. So if it is not a passion of yours, it is very hard to grasp the material. If you are a mom, you kind of already know and kind of already have like a leap over or leverage over everybody, because you've already been through it. And when you've been through something, it's easier to relate and to do the quizzes. Like, you already know about a little bit of the fetal assessments. You already know like the stages of the postpartum bleeding and stuff like that. So just want to put that disclaimer out there. As for labor and delivery nursing, we went to our local like hospitals for that. We didn't go to like any birthing centers, but like, we got assigned a nurse, and I have a male friend who we also tagged along and did clinicals together. And I will say, for my male nursing students, it might be a little bit harder for you, because a lot of the patients did not want my friend, who's a guy, in the room, especially like the dads. Like, I remember vividly walking into the door, and I was like, oh, we're nursing students. I also have a male nursing student. How do you feel about him coming in? And the dad was like, no, he cannot come in. Da 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 da. Like, I do not want him in here. Like, okay. But he's like, oh, thanks for telling me. Thanks for letting me know. Because some people are very, very like protective over that, especially if it's a male, which doesn't make sense, because sometimes, most of the time, the doctor is a male that's birthing the baby. So I'm not sure like what the whole thing is with nursing males. So if you're a male student, I'm sorry, it might be hard for you to get this clinical experience if you care about it anyway. But yeah. Also, from like a nursing standpoint, at least here in South Carolina, the nurses were very rude on labor and delivery. The postpartum nurses and the NICU nurses, wonderful. The actual labor and delivery nurses was also determined by factor of if I wanted where I want to work as labor and delivery nurse. I'm like, if you're rude to your nursing students and I want to do what you do, why don't I want to be your coworker? Like, I love nursing students. I love precepting people. They always help. It's always a help. It's never a hindrance. So nurses that look at it as a hindrance irk me. Like, what do you mean? You were a nursing student. Why do you hate having nursing students? Like, it just grinds my gears. Like, if you hate your job, quit. Okay? Nobody wants your bitter Betty experience rubbed off all of them. It's not my fault you hate your job. Anyway. So if you run into nurses like that, just keep your composure and just talk to your clinical instructor about it. And hopefully the clinical instructor will talk to their manager about having a better workplace attitude. Jesus Christ, people. If you're a nurse watching this, you are one of those people, stop. It's not cute. Please. It's disgusting. But also, I got to experience NICU nursing during my clinicals, which I was like, this is not for me. Sticking babies and seeing them in NG tubes, not for me. Don't know how the nurses do it. But I also saw my first vaginal birth from start to finish. The moment was unreal. Like, watching life come into the world, unforgettable. And she was like, I think she was like 22, and her labor was only like 15 minutes. She did get an epidural, but 15 minutes? Girl, first birth? Are you kidding? Like, what the heck? I learned so much at clinicals. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. If this is something you're passionate about, hone into the clinicals. Before you leave clinicals, my tip, if you're passionate about this, get connected with some of the nurses that work there, phone numbers, manager, like, get to know them, especially if you know that you want to work for that company. Get connected. Word of mouth, or like, is it called word of mouth? No. If you know somebody, knowing somebody internal is better than not knowing somebody external, if you know what I mean. Like, you can get into so many doors by just knowing people and not just if you don't have experience. So that's something I wish I did. I probably would have gotten in the door a lot quicker, a lot sooner, and a lot easier with that experience. All right, time for my favorite part, the quiz section. So you guys already know the routine. If you haven't seen my last video, this is the second time I'm doing this. So YouTube put out a new segment or section called quizzes. So it will pop up at the bottom of the like description. Maybe I'll screen record so you guys know where to look at it, but you can't miss it. It literally says quizzes, and you guys can answer. And also when you answer, I have explanations of the correct answer, why it is the correct answer. So without further ado, let's go to question 1. So, which finding during labor requires immediate intervention? A, fetal heart rate of 140, B, moderate variability, C, late decelerations, or D, contractions every 4 minutes. Let us know your answer in the comments, either if you got it right or wrong. And if you got it wrong, why do you think it was that answer? All right, question 2. A postpartum patient has heavy bleeding and a boggy uterus. What should the nurse do first? Here goes that first stuff again. A, call the provider. B, massage the fundus. C, offer pain medication. Or D, check temperature. Let us know, did you get it right in the comments? If you got it wrong, why do you think that was the answer? Last question of the video. Which newborn reflex is normal? A, no response to loud noise. B, flaccid arms. C, startle response when arms extended. Or D, no rooting. Let us know what you put in the comments. And did you get it right? And if you got it wrong, why did you think it was that answer? Alright guys, that wraps up today's video. Please comment stethoscope emoji if you want my maternal newborn notes. Also, if you love the quizzes section, please like, comment, and share this video with your friends, nursing friends, or some of your friends that may be thinking about healthcare or nursing. And let me know if you guys want me to add more questions, and I will do that in maybe the next video or two. Also, I forgot to mention, if you guys can watch Epidural Placement, do it. It's pretty gnarly. It's gnarly. Those needles, like if you saw one get placed, oh my gosh. I told you I work with dialysis patients, and if you've never seen a dialysis patient get stuck with a needle and how big those needles are, the epidural needle is not as thick as a dialysis, but the length is crazy. I opt out. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, in freaking insane. Yeah, no. But I definitely recommend watching Epidural Place. It is pretty cool, but it's just not to be done on you. And the fact that if you move, you could get freaking paralyzed. Count me out. I think I'll take the labor pain. Yeah, no. Watch me say that, and then I go to the birthing center and wish the hospital so I get epidural. But anyway, that's enough of my ranting. Let me know also in the next term how maternal newborn went for you. Did you like it? Are you passionate about it now that you got the experience? Or are you like, I'm never going to do this ever again? Count me out. Kids are not for me. I'd rather work with my older people and just go about my day. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, you should get this right. Okay, and if you don't, like the lady says, you're a menace to society. I would take notes and color coordinate them to match it. But med-surg clinicals are very, very exhausting. Like, Zoe, how did you survive med-surg?